Thank you for choosing Wisdom of the Dharma. If you found this video insightful, hit the like button, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you never miss a new update. Your support helps us keep sharing powerful, life-changing wisdom with the world. And don't forget to drop a comment below. We'd love to hear your thoughts. Let's grow and learn together. Part 1: The Curse of Kindness, when lending leads to loss. Have you ever done something kind and watched your life fall apart right after? It starts with something small. You lend a friend your favorite bracelet. You let your cousin borrow a decorative statue for their new apartment. You hand your colleague the wallet you always carry but forgot they needed one for a quick errand. And then, quietly, without warning, things begin to unravel. Your sleep becomes restless. An unexpected bill wipes out your savings. Arguments bubble up at home from nowhere. That steady flow of luck you always trusted? Gone. And the worst part? You can't quite figure out why. In the world of Buddhist philosophy and classical Feng Shui, we're taught that not all misfortune comes from big mistakes. Sometimes, it's the tiniest acts, especially those done out of politeness or guilt, that open the door to energetic chaos. What if the thing you lent out was more than just an object? What if it was a part of your personal energetic field, a carrier of your spiritual signature, your karmic rhythm, your family's quiet blessings? On the Wisdom of the Dharma channel, we don't treat these teachings as superstition. We explore how ancient traditions reveal the invisible patterns behind modern misfortunes, patterns that often begin when we casually give away what should never leave our sacred space. This video isn't about becoming selfish or superstitious. It's about awareness. It's about understanding which objects, when passed hand to hand, don't just travel through space, they carry the energy of a home, a heart, a destiny. In the next few moments, you'll learn about 10 specific items that, according to time-tested spiritual law and real-life experience, should never be lent out, no matter how small the favor or how well-intentioned the request. We'll explore real stories, decode spiritual principles, and most importantly, show you how to protect your energy without closing your heart. Because kindness shouldn't cost you everything. Are you ready to find out what everyday items could be silently draining your wealth, peace, and health? Let's begin. Part 2: Why lending is energetically dangerous. In the eyes of Buddhist philosophy and classical Feng Shui, everything in our lives, our health, wealth, relationships, is shaped not only by action but by energy. And energy, once exchanged, leaves traces. We often think of lending as a kind and harmless gesture. It's just a wallet. It's only a pillow. But what if that object had become more than physical? What if it carried a subtle field, one deeply imprinted with you? Think of your personal energy as a frequency, like a radio station. Over time, certain objects in your life, things you use daily, things you touch when happy or heartbroken, begin to tune into that station. They absorb your mood, your focus, your intentions, your karma. This isn't metaphor. It's vibration. Now imagine letting someone else, someone with a completely different frequency, stress, misfortune, unresolved resentment, borrow that item. What happens next isn't just symbolic. Their energy begins to override yours, like static overpowering a clear signal. And you're left wondering why your clarity vanished, why your sleep worsened, why your finances started slipping through your fingers. In Buddhism, there's a word for this kind of entanglement, upadana, clinging or attachment. When energy clings to an object or place, it creates a karmic tie. That's why in traditional temples, ritual items are never shared without a cleansing, because the transfer of energy is real, and the consequences can be profound. Feng Shui echoes this. Homes are seen as energetic ecosystems. Every object inside, especially those that touch the body or represent wealth, serves as a channel of qi, life force. Disrupt that flow by mixing energies carelessly, and the system becomes chaotic. And no, the consequences aren't always dramatic. Sometimes it's subtle, feeling drained after visitors leave, minor arguments that pile up, luck slipping just out of reach. But over time, these small shifts become life-altering. So before we explore the 10 items you must never lend, remember this: it's not about fear, it's about discernment. About knowing that your peace, your prosperity, and your spiritual rhythm deserve sacred boundaries. Energy, once scattered, doesn't always come back the same. But awareness? Awareness is what prevents the scattering in the first place. If you're beginning to see your home and belongings in a new light, don't forget to support this journey. Like this video, subscribe to Wisdom of the Dharma, and turn on the notification bell, because protecting your energy is just the beginning. We're about to uncover 10 specific items that, when let out, could silently unravel everything you've built. Let's dive in. Part 3 to 10 items you must never lend. There are things we lend without thinking, small objects, everyday tools, symbols of hospitality. But in both Buddhist teachings and Feng Shui wisdom, certain items aren't just possessions. They are spiritual extensions of your identity, your karma, and your home's energetic signature. Lending them, even once, can disrupt the invisible balance that protects your peace, health, and fortune. Let's explore 10 such items, beginning with something most people never suspect carries such weight. Item number 1, watches and clocks, the personal rhythm of time. A watch may seem like a neutral object, just a way to keep track of time. But in Feng Shui, and even deeper in the energetic understanding of Buddhist philosophy, watches and clocks are not just timekeepers, they are rhythm setters. Over time, a personal watch syncs with your pulse, your schedule, and your emotional flow. It becomes a mirror of your life's internal tempo. The act of lending a watch may appear harmless, but energetically, it's like handing over a piece of your internal compass. That borrowed watch begins to pick up on someone else's rhythm, possibly one filled with anxiety, disruption, or opposing karma. When it returns to you, it no longer ticks to your original frequency. Instead, it throws you subtly off balance, mistiming, procrastination, confusion, and fatigue that can't be explained. Even desk clocks, especially those placed in wealth or career zones of your home, are seen as energetic anchors. Moving or lending them without ritual resets can fracture your time alignment, what Feng Shui calls breaking the time axis. In short, your timepieces don't just measure time. They hold it for you. And when shared, they release it. Item number 2, knives and sharp objects, blades that cut through fortune. In nearly every spiritual tradition, sharp objects symbolize power, division, and boundary. In Feng Shui, knives and scissors hold what's known as cutting energy, a force that defines space, separates stagnation, and protects vital zones like the kitchen, which governs health and nourishment. When these tools are used regularly in your home, they begin to absorb not just food residue or physical motion, but the subtle energy of your habits, emotions, and even arguments. The blade becomes a silent recorder of your household's energetic flow. Lending a knife, especially one long used, is akin to slicing open your home's spiritual boundary and allowing your protection to bleed outward. The recipient's energy, whether chaotic, heavy, or simply mismatched, can imprint on the tool and return with it. Afterward, you may notice more frequent tensions during meals, digestive discomfort, or sudden arguments flaring up in the household for no apparent reason. From a Buddhist perspective, blades are to be handled with extreme mindfulness. Not only because of the first precept, non-harming, but also because they symbolize karmic force, What you cut away, what you preserve, and what you allow to enter. Lending out that symbolic boundary risks confusion in those karmic lines. If someone truly needs a knife or a pair of scissors, it is better to gift them a new one, unused, energetically clean. The sharpest tools in your home are not just physical instruments. They are extensions of your spiritual edge. And once dulled or tainted, they rarely return the same. Item number 3, Feng Shui objects, carriers of focused intention. Feng Shui is not just about placement, it's about intention. Every item used for Feng Shui purposes, from a Pichot statue to a money frog or a prosperity bracelet, is chosen and placed with a deliberate energetic goal in mind. These objects are not mere decorations. They are spiritual tools, activated to interact with your home's energy field. Once a Feng Shui object has been installed either through ritual, prayer, or consistent use, it begins syncing with your vibration. It draws energy towards specific intentions, wealth, protection, health, or clarity. The more attention and belief you invest in the object, the stronger its energetic bond becomes. When you lend or casually allow someone else to handle these items, that focus becomes diluted. Worse, it may reverse. A Pichot placed to guard your wealth corner cannot distinguish between your intentions and someone else's confusion, stress, or karmic imbalance. Its function becomes scrambled, like a GPS rerouted to the wrong destination. In Buddhist practice, intention, cetana, is considered the seed of karma. Once planted, it shapes results. So if you've empowered an object with your focus, your prayers, your vision, giving it to someone else without resetting that intention is spiritually careless. The object may return, but the energetic contract it once held could be broken. These items work because they are tuned to you. Once shared, they lose their precision, and in many cases, their power. Keep them personal. Keep them sacred. Let them work undisturbed. Item number 4, wallets and bank cards, your mobile wealth field. A wallet isn't just a leather pouch that holds cash and cards, it's a personal chamber of financial energy. In both Feng Shui and energetic mindfulness, your wallet acts like a portable altar for wealth. It holds the vibration of your daily transactions, your emotional relationship with money, and even your sense of self-worth. Each time you open it, place a bill inside, or retrieve a receipt, you are engaging with a flow of energy tied directly to your prosperity mindset. Over time, this wallet becomes more than a tool, it becomes a magnet or a mirror, depending on how you treat it. Lending your wallet, or even letting someone else handle it, disrupts that energetic alignment. Their mindset, their karmic pattern, their emotional energy toward money, all of it enters your field through that simple interaction. You may begin to experience sudden money leaks, unexpected bills, a shift in spending behavior, or a feeling of scarcity, even when nothing has changed externally. Bank cards are even more sensitive. Though digital, they carry a pattern, your PINs, your login habits, your digital touch points. Lending one out is not just risky in a security sense, it's energetically invasive. It's like opening the vault door and inviting foreign karma to sit inside. In Buddhist teachings, right livelihood begins with clarity and containment. If your wealth field is to flourish, it must be well guarded. Your wallet is more than a container, it's a boundary. Keep it closed to all but you. Item number 5, mirrors, reflectors of energy and portals of the unseen. A mirror may appear to be a simple household object, but in the language of Feng Shui and Buddhist metaphysics, it is anything but neutral. A mirror reflects, absorbs, amplifies, and in some cases, transmits. It does not merely bounce light, it bounces energy. In classical Feng Shui, Mirrors are considered powerful tools that influence the chi of a space. When placed intentionally, they can double prosperity, deflect harmful energy, or open up the flow of movement in stagnant areas. But when used carelessly, or worse, let out, they become unpredictable. Each mirror in your home gradually stores a residue of what it reflects: your expressions, your moods, your prayers, your worries. That energetic imprint builds up subtly over time. So when you let someone else borrow a mirror, especially one from your bedroom, altar, or dressing area, you are handing them a channel that holds your energetic echo. From a Buddhist lens, mirrors represent illusion, the world of forms and appearances. But illusion isn't powerless. What we reflect upon, we begin to believe. What we see repeatedly begins to shape our mind. If the mirror has absorbed confusion, grief, or disharmony from another, it may subtly project those qualities back onto you once returned. This is why mirrors should never be casually moved, loaned, or gifted once integrated into a space. They are not windows, they are recorders. Treat them with reverence. Let them serve as still waters, not distorted reflections of foreign waves. Item number 6, pillows and bedding, vessels of sleep and soul energy. Sleep is not just physical rest, it is a sacred recalibration of body, mind, and spirit. According to both Buddhist thought and Feng Shui practice, the moments spent in sleep are when the soul is most vulnerable, most open, and most easily influenced by subtle energies. That's why your pillow and bedding are far more than soft fabrics, they are energetic containers. Every night, your pillow cradles not only your head but your unresolved thoughts, lingering emotions, and spiritual residue. It soaks in your stress, your dreams, your silence. Over time, it becomes attuned to your energetic rhythm, a kind of emotional sponge that molds itself to your mental state. Lending your pillow or letting someone else sleep in your bedding disrupts that delicate relationship. Their energy, whether anxious, grieving, or just unfamiliar, will linger long after they've left. You may find yourself tossing through the night, waking exhausted, or experiencing foggy, fragmented dreams. Your sleep, once a sanctuary, becomes subtly unsafe. From a Buddhist lens, this aligns with the principle of internal refuge. Your bed is your retreat. It's where you return to yourself. Introducing another person's energetic frequency into that retreat is like inviting noise into a meditation hall. Clean bedding can be shared in emergencies, yes, but your personal pillow, your sacred rest space, should not. Protect it as you would your peace of mind. Because in truth, they are one and the same. Item number 7, home aquariums, the living flow of wealth energy. In Feng Shui, water symbolizes wealth. Not just financial gain, but the fluid, ever-changing flow of opportunity, emotional balance, and life momentum. Among all household water elements, aquariums are considered especially powerful. They combine movement, light, life, and stillness in one contained ecosystem. But with that power comes sensitivity. When an aquarium is placed and stabilized in a home, it begins to resonate with the energetic rhythm of the space. The fish adapt to the family's patterns. The water reflects the emotional tone of the environment. The tank becomes a silent gauge of harmony or disruption. Lending, moving, or giving away your home aquarium isn't just redecorating. It's a spiritual disconnection. It breaks the established flow and leaves behind a vacuum in the area it once activated, most often the wealth corner. Even if the tank is given to someone with good intentions, their energy field may not align with the water's memory, which can lead to stress or even illness in the fish, and stagnation in both homes. In Buddhist symbolism, water represents clarity and impermanence. Trying to hold on to wealth without honoring its natural rhythm is like clutching water in your fist. it slips away. That's why aquariums should be treated not as objects, but as living altars of abundance. If you must part with an aquarium, cleanse it thoroughly, replace the water, thank the space it once served, and reset it spiritually. Otherwise, you may unknowingly drain a vital current that once nourished not just your decor, but your destiny. Item number 8, Statue of the God of Wealth, a spiritual contract you shouldn't break. A statue of the God of Wealth, when properly installed, is not just a decorative symbol, it's a spiritual agreement. In Feng Shui, once a wealth deity is activated through ritual, offering, and placement on an auspicious date, it becomes more than an object. It serves as a guardian, a channel, and an anchor for prosperity energy in your home. The statue is positioned to receive and direct abundance. It absorbs incense smoke, prayers, intentions, forming an energetic bond with both the home and the household. That's why moving, lending, or giving it away without proper disconnection rituals is not only discouraged, it's spiritually disruptive. From a Buddhist perspective, this mirrors the principle of Samma Sankappa, or right intention. When we install such a statue, we do so with purpose and faith. To part with it casually is to sever that intention without closure, leaving behind an energetic void and opening the door for confusion, loss, or stagnation. Many people mistakenly assume that since the statue is an object, it can simply be passed on like a gift. But spiritually charged items, once bound to a space, carry memory. That memory cannot be transferred without ritual cleansing and conscious release. If you need to remove or replace a God of Wealth statue, do so with reverence. Light incense, offer thanks, and respectfully retire it, either by placing it in a quiet resting place or returning it to a temple. Never treat it like a hand-me-down. It has been protecting your fortune, and deserves your care in return. Item number 9, Mobile phones, digital extensions of your energy field. In today's world, your mobile phone is more than a communication device, it's a deeply personal energetic extension of who you are. It holds your memories, conversations, emotional triggers, financial transactions, private thoughts, and even your spiritual tools, like meditation apps, affirmations, and mantras. That makes it one of the most sensitive objects you own. In energetic terms, your phone acts like a portable consciousness field. Every time you scroll, speak, or even touch it, you're imprinting a subtle vibration. Over time, it begins to echo your mental state, becoming attuned to your routine, your relationships, and your karma. When you lend someone your phone, even briefly, you're allowing their energetic imprint to enter this private field. Their stress, confusion, or chaotic mental patterns don't just affect the surface, they seep into your digital aura. And unlike physical objects, phones are active. They're always transmitting, receiving, and amplifying your intent, making them especially vulnerable to interference. From a Buddhist perspective, this ties into the concept of sense restraint, guarding the gateways of perception. Just as we protect our eyes, ears, and thoughts from toxic influence, so too should we guard the tools that extend our senses into the world. It may seem harmless to let someone use your phone just for a minute. But spiritually, it's like sharing a page of your open journal, one that never truly erases. To preserve clarity, mental focus, and energetic sovereignty, treat your phone as part of your sacred space. Keep its energy yours alone. Item number 10, Scented candles and incense burners, gateways of subtle influence. Scent has a unique ability to bypass logic and speak directly to the emotional and spiritual centers of the brain. That's why in both Buddhist rituals and Feng Shui practices, scented candles, incense burners, and aroma diffusers are more than mood setters, They're energetic instruments. They shift atmosphere, awaken memory, and open the door to deeper states of consciousness. When used regularly, these objects absorb and carry the vibrations of your space. A candle lit during meditation, or an incense burner placed near your altar, becomes saturated with the subtle energy of intention, reflection, and sacred stillness. Over time, they become part of your home's spiritual signature. Lending these items, no matter how beautifully crafted or harmless they appear, means inviting another person's energetic residue into an object designed to influence your inner state. Their mood, unresolved tension, or spiritual confusion may become entangled with your ritual space, leading to subtle but powerful disturbances. You may feel more restless during meditation, notice scattered thoughts, or find the space less grounding. From a dharmic perspective, scent is tied to Vedana, the feeling tone that precedes craving or aversion. That's why olfactory triggers are so spiritually potent. What calms one person may agitate another. If someone admires your incense holder or ritual candle, offer to gift them a new one, unused and energetically neutral. But never share your personal burner or candle used in prayer. These objects channel energy, memory, and subtle vibration. Once shared, they may no longer reflect your inner fragrance. These 10 everyday items may seem ordinary, but each one holds a thread of your spiritual and energetic identity. Guard them wisely, not out of fear, but out of deep respect for the life you're building. If this opened your eyes to unseen energy patterns in your life, like this video, subscribe to Wisdom of the Dharma, and share it with someone who needs this insight. Part 4. How to spiritually reclaim what you've lost. If you've already lent out one of the items we've discussed, don't panic. Energy may be disrupted, but it's not irreversible. Just as a river can be redirected back to its natural course, so too can your spiritual field be rebalanced. The key is conscious restoration through intention, cleansing, and reconnection. Start by identifying the object and its history. Ask yourself, who used it, when, and in what state of mind. Acknowledge any changes you've noticed since then: sleep disturbance, financial inconsistencies, rising tension. Awareness is the first step toward energetic repair. Next, perform a simple but intentional cleansing ritual. For physical items, this may involve gently wiping them with salt water or burning sage or sandalwood incense nearby. You can also leave the item under sunlight for a full day or under moonlight if it feels more intuitively aligned. In Feng Shui, this resets the object's memory. From a Buddhist standpoint, chant a short mantra or prayer of purification, like the Om Mani Padme Hum, as you handle the object. Visualize your energy returning to you, like light flowing back into its original vessel. If the object feels deeply affected or unresponsive, it may be time to retire it. Bury it, store it with intention in a sealed cloth, or offer it to a temple where spiritual tools are respectfully neutralized. Finally, re-anchor your space. Sit quietly in the room where the item belongs. Breathe. Visualize a clear, stable light expanding around you. Invite back the peace that was once disturbed. What you reclaim isn't just the object, it's your sense of control, clarity, and protection. Energy is always moving. But with awareness, it can move back into harmony. Part 5. Closing reflection. What you share shapes what you keep. We live in a culture that celebrates generosity, and rightly so. Giving, sharing, helping others, these are deeply compassionate acts rooted in the spirit of connection. But in spiritual life, not all sharing is equal. There are things meant to be given freely, and there are things meant to be protected. What we've explored in this video isn't about fear or superstition. It's about discernment. It's about recognizing that some items are not just yours because you bought them, They are yours because they have merged with your energy, your rhythm, your karma. Lending them out is not a gesture of kindness. It's often an unconscious act of self-fragmentation. In Buddhist philosophy, wisdom is not just about what we understand, it's about how we live that understanding. Generosity, dana, is one of the core virtues. But so is mindfulness. So is clarity. A truly wise person knows when to open their hand, and when to keep it closed to preserve what is sacred. You are not selfish for setting spiritual boundaries. You are not paranoid for protecting your peace. You are practicing right view, seeing the invisible threads that connect the material and the energetic, the everyday and the eternal. So as you move through your space tonight, ask yourself, what in this home is silently guarding your blessings? And what might you have unknowingly weakened by letting it go? Bring it back. Cleanse it. Reclaim it. Because your energy is sacred. And your fortune, spiritual, emotional, financial, begins with how you protect what's closest to your soul. If this message resonated with you, like this video, subscribe to Wisdom of the Dharma, and leave a comment below. I protect what nourishes me. I live with mindful awareness. We'll see you in the next episode, where we'll explore what can be shared freely to expand prosperity and attract harmony, without spiritual cost.